Last time on Blancoverse, with the help of Dr. Hedo, Gohan and Piccolo headed off to find Whis, believing he'll know more about Gohan's newest transformation. The Palace of Grand Zeno, the Omni King. One week ago. Watching in on the battle against Cell Max and the resulting new forms of Gohan and Piccolo. Grand Priest beckons. You know what this is, right? Whis watching it, the latter answers, "Yes, I do. Allow me to take care of it. This is a concern and must be dealt with." His father not arguing, he turns to leave. "All right, I trust you, Whis." What in the world could he mean by "this is a concern and must be dealt with"? And seeing Gohan happily with his daughter, he powers down and takes a seat. Perhaps it can wait. Back in the present on Beerus' planet, with a determined look in his eye, Goku asks, "Are you sure about this, Vegeta?" "Without a doubt!" Gohan and Piccolo are going to land right over here! But what makes him so sure? In contrast, Goku contends that he thinks it's more likely he'll land over in this spot instead. The pair find themselves arguing about who can predict a fighter's movement better. Goku even jabs that Vegeta only won their last spar because he got the last slice of pizza before the fight started. And besides, Gohan is his son. He knows him better than the prince. But is that a joke? He hasn't even seen him in years. In the middle of their bickering, with Gohan landing far behind him, looks like neither one of them were right. Not letting it go, Vegeta sneers that he landed closer to his spot. Either way, Gohan and Piccolo explain their reason for arriving here. Tough luck. Whis left an hour ago. Or 3 hours ago. That was just before Gohan left Earth. This is some serious bad timing. Though they're confident he'll be back soon. He's never away for more than a couple hours at a time. Given the downtime. Gohan suggests the perfect way to use his time. And he's asking for a sparring match, right? His dad mentions how they sensed that he sparred with Piccolo on Earth, but he wasn't able to use his full power. Here with him and Vegeta, he'll be able to fight without limiting himself at all. But actually, he was thinking he'd spend this time studying this planet's ecosystem. He hasn't studied alien biospheres before. Not to mention, this is a divine world as well. It'll be pretty interesting to find out how life might be different here than it is on Earth. But a couple of hours is plenty of time for him. And he doubts they'll fight for long, so Gohan guesses that can wait, accepting the match. Cheering his son for hanging up the nerd jacket for a minute. He reiterates that he means it. Don't worry about holding back and go all out. His new power is incredible, but Goku doesn't think he surpassed T or Vegeta just yet. You're not joining us, Piccolo. If they're as strong as they say they are, I probably won't stand a chance alone.
Have some confidence in your own power. They'll probably go easy on you, since this is for you to learn.
Maybe you're right. You might make some interesting observations from the ground anyway. Goku tells Vegeta, don't go easy on him. Remember, this is for him to learn. As if I will. I'd say this is more of an opportunity for us. Don't you think? We haven't fought anyone else aside from the same handful of people for years. His rival Chortle said he may be right about that.
Don't forget, you guys are fighting in the air to avoid too much destruction on Lord Beerus' planet.
Goku compliments his son. He's managed to face off against both of them at the same time. But don't get cocky yet. Vegeta chimes in.
That's right! That was just the warm-up!
Huh?
What just happened? This must be... Dad's Ultra Instinct!
He thinks to himself how incredible this is. Even though power level-wise he's weaker than himself, his speed is far above his own. He's being totally overwhelmed. But that's only because he took the initiative. Gohan can still.
Close the gap!
With Goku anticipating the attack. He meets Gohan on the ground commenting he can see he's having a bit of trouble. How about a break? Who catches his breath that he'll take what he can get. Piccolo said you'd go easy on me. I guess that only means both of you aren't going all out on me at once. Well, don't get too mad at me. His dad starts. Like it or not, you still have to understand your power. I have to push you hard like this. You have a habit of not using your full power until the most desperate moment. Not to mention, when it's easy for you, you let it get into your head. Who argues? Oh, come on! don't do that last part anymore, at least. I was still a teenager back then. I'm over it now. Continuing. Anyway, you may say it's too early to make a judgment, but I feel like I'm confident that your power is not superior to that of Ultra Instinct. I know you've been beating me up, but the fight isn't over yet. Or are you just pushing me, but in a psychological way this time? But no, his father means what he says. Then questions if he ever explained to him what Ultra Instinct is. Which he hasn't, but he thinks he understands. It's when your body moves on its own, right? But that's an oversimplification. Normally to move fast, we speed up the nerve signals that are sent across our body with ki. But no matter how fast we may try, we still need time to carry those signals, which delays our movement by a small but significant factor. In Ultra Instinct, I can completely bypass this delay because I don't use my nervous system at all. Once I make an intention in my heart to act, my body automatically moves as fast as it can, as if my spirit and body are completely united. So the only things that delay this movement are one's physical limits and energy output, and an imperfect state of mind. Doubts that dissolve clear intentions. So you can imagine, the greater half of my training for this involves training the mind. Explaining more would be difficult. But in essence, Ultra Instinct provides the user with a decisive speed advantage over any opponent with relatively similar strength. This is why I believe it to be the ultimate fighting technique. So maybe, instead of trying to understand whatever your new form is, it might be better to use your renewed interest in training and trying to develop Ultra Instinct yourself. Besides, I think that's the only way you could possibly win this fight. So for the next part, we're just gonna pretend I'm the author. Oh hey, I didn't see you there. So unfortunately, I can't continue doing Dragon Ball comics. For reasons. But as a sign-off, let's go over what Blancoverse's story was supposed to be. So we ended in the middle of Chapter 3, the Goku vs. Gohan fight. It was gonna be really cool. In the end, Goku is going to do the Ultra Instinct Dragon Fist against Gohan Blanco's Masenko.
Fine, I'll add some more.
Goku was about to win, but then Gohan got a power boost from a mysterious figure. And no, it's not C from Dragon Ball Multiverse.
So, Whis.
The sparring match finishes and cut to Zeno's palace. It's revealed that beings outside the multiverse are being drawn to Gohan Blanco's power. Grand Priest has orders from his superior to eliminate Gohan Blanco if he appears in his multiverse. So Whis should have killed Gohan, but he failed in his duties. However, after billions of years, GP doesn't care about his superior anymore, so the Grand Priest doesn't mind. Instead, he'll make a deal with the incoming invaders.
Blah blah blah.
Later, Whis lies to Gohan about his power, saying it's all just his potential. But Gohan's smart and doesn't buy it.
Your training is complete. Now go away.
Side story, Vegeta takes Broly to Universe 6.
I'll go with this high roll.
Vegeta meets with the King of Sadala in Universe 6. His name is Rolf. They make a deal to allow Broly to stay on the moon, relatively uninhabited moon. I think that's a typo of Sadala, and Vegeta leaves. Back on Earth, Gohan decides to use his vacation to catalog ants, since he has no leads on his new power. But he finds a strange cave.
Yo.
In it, he finds Zalama, creator of the Super Dragon Balls.
So you see.
Another plot reveal. Zalama explains that he gave Gohan this power to defeat a godlike being known as El Grande Padre. I'm working on that accent. Give me time. El Grande Padre is a being who desires to consume the entirety of reality. Many years ago, though, Zalama sealed him into a prison. But his power continues to grow, and someday he'll break free. Gohan is to be Zalama's knight in shining armor and go on a quest beyond the multiverse to find a way to restore Zalama's power, so Zalama can complete the sealment of El Grande Padre. However, he needs someone who he can trust. Someone who will stop at nothing to achieve the goal in his heart. Zalama does not see that yet, and so he refuses to give Gohan the full extent of the Blanco form's power. Then Zalama disappears. Gohan is stunned. Was this a hallucination? So he asks Dende to help him confirm if the story is true. Dende searches divine text for records of such a story, but he finds nothing. But he does find the location of a secret library who nobody, not even the angels, have ever entered. Perhaps the answers are here. So time for an adventure to Otherworld. Meanwhile, Broly's getting attacked by a squad of the King's assassins. They use a special bracer that inhibits his power, but Broly still gives him a strong fight.
Release his rage now!
The King has to get involved. And in the end, Broly is killed. Vegeta arrives back, but it's too late. He promises that the King will have to pay for what he had done. But later, Broly can still be revived anyway. Back in the Otherworld, Gohan and Piccolo face the Guardian of the Library. Eventually, Gohan figures out that the way to pass through the Guardian is to only admit the Blanco form's special key. The truth of the Blanco form is proven.
I've been expecting you!
The keeper of the library, Monsieur Krabs, has been waiting for Gohan Blanco. A new training begins now.
It's been a long time, my dimwit's brother.
But they must be quick as an unexpected visitor arrives. It's El Hermano, Jiren's long-lost brother. He explains that he is here to test the power of Gohan Blanco. He and his love familia also desire to stop El Grande Padre, but they believe resurrecting Zalama is unnecessary. For them, there is no need for so-called gods, for the only thing that matters in this world is power. If Gohan cannot meet his standards, then he will be executed. El Hermano also sends armies to the top 5 planets with the strongest beings to test their strength. For fun. With so little time to learn the secrets of the Gohan Blanco form and the intricacies of the world beyond the multiverse, Gohan decides to face the threat head-on. He meets Vegeta on Earth and suggests they go somewhere else, lest they be attacked by El Hermano's army. Vegeta obviously suggests them to go to planet Sadala in Universe 6. A great battle is about to ensue. Case in point, a planetary battle begins on planet Sadala. Jiren is sent as a spearhead to face off against the big 3. Goku, Vegeta, and Piccolo. King Rolf reluctantly helps him and mobilizes a Saiyan army for the defense. All while Gohan Blanco faces off against several monsters El Hermano designed to test his strength. Eventually, Gohan accepts the mission to help Zalama unlock the strength to defeat the monsters. But El Hermano is still not pleased and threatens to destroy the multiverse with a single punch. Fortunately, Zalama appears just in time to show El Hermano a vision of the future. El Hermano sees his fate and withdraws from the multiverse. With the battle won, Gohan prepares to go on an adventure and... the end! Indeed, admittedly, it's quite a silly story. My inspiration was to take a silly concept and make it as serious as possible. Here are some more not-so-minor details that I left out of the summary. The Grand Priest deal is that he would allow El Hermano to do as he pleased with only minor resistance. This would end up leading him to fighting all the gods of destruction and easily beating them all. The reason why the King of Sadala wanted to kill Broly was simply because he didn't want to risk such a powerful threat nearby. Hailing Jiren as he went to a secret spot to meet his brother. The Zenos would be revealed to actually be puppets. Their universe-ending power is given to them by the Grand Priest. The Universe 11 Pride Troopers would also be involved for the final battle, hence there being a lot of them depicted in Chapter 2. Toppo would obtain an angel staff and lead the Pride Troopers against El Hermano's armies to save the other 4 planets that he targeted across the multiverse after successfully defending their own. Rolf also wanted to strategically eliminate one of Universe 7's powerful warriors. He's just a really meticulous guy. So, the short version is El Hermano became kind of a meme after some fans jokingly suggested he was Jiren's secret brother. Then El Grande Padre is a little more of the same. El Hermano literally means brother, and El Grande Padre just means like great father or something. When the Tournament of Power was airing, there was a rumor that the Grand Priest was going to turn out to be evil and the true antagonist of the arc. So that's what Florento, the creator, was going for here. Then Gohan Blanco or White is just another rumored new transformation. I actually have a Goku White action figure that I bought before Ultra Instinct was ever revealed. Anyway, My interpretation of this is that it's mostly just a big love letter to the Latin Dragon Ball fan community, where most of these rumors originate. Which is even more amazing when you consider Florento is apparently Indonesian. Leave it to Dragon Ball memes and rumors to inspire people worldwide. Except the Rolf thing. That's either just a random meme or a reference to Peter Clem as voicing both him and Goku at one point. But anyway, even after like 7 years, I still don't have a proper sign-off. Bye!